Okay, so here is an example of motivation, and I'm comparing two websites, Elance and TaskRabbit. They do similar thing. It's basically hiring freelancers over the web for a certain task. Elance is more B2B, professional tasks, where TaskRabbit is more small personal tasks around the house, like fixing a dishwasher. So let's look at the differences between these two. Um, and this shows an example of how you really want to break a task into small bite-sized chunks and really kind of hook the user with a small task, get them to complete that small task, give them a small reward, and then once they've done that, they feel more involved in the product, they feel more committed, and at that point they're much more likely to complete a bigger task. So I think Elance does that well. So if you go to the Elance homepage, let's say I'm a client, I want to hire some freelancers. Ultimately you want the person to post a job, but I'm not ready for that yet. It's a big commitment. So I can browse here and really gives you how many people are available to do my job. So I think that's cool. And let's say I need a Flash animation dust. So I'm going to search for Flash. So I'm searching for freelancers who know Flash. And I got 7,000 results. And let's say I speak Russian, which I really don't, but I kind of speak tiny Russian. So I can say I'm going to say Russia. And great, I can see there's people in Russia that know Flash and can help me. And it's 67 people, so out of 67 I probably can find someone that I like. So notice how there's a little bit of, I hate this thing, I don't know why they put it there. So notice how there's very tiny effort, just do a search and do one filter. I gave a kind of a mini reward. I already have a reward of finding the users. Now I feel committed to the product, and now I'm willing to put in extra effort to post a job. And if you go to post a job, you see it's a pretty long process. So this is high effort task, but again, I'm more likely to complete that task because I've already committed to the product. Again, if you want to read about this, read Nir Eyal, Nir N-I-R. His book is called Hooked. He has a ton of research that proves how when people commit to something, they're much more likely to complete it. So let's look at TaskRabbit, which I don't think it's a great experience. So here, you can post a task. They ask you to join. So you post a task. And then they're like, here, why don't you log in or sign up? And I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna go through that effort to log in. This is a high effort, high commitment on my part. Not ready for that. I just want to fix my dishwasher. So I try to search first and see if there are dishwasher people in San Francisco that can help me, maybe how much they charge, etc. Okay, so now let's look where the Elance experience breaks in my opinion. So once again, when I click on post a job, I get to this page, and now it's asking me for all this information. I don't think it's a great experience. I think they can simplify this. And then let's just go to the actual posting a job form. So let's assume I put in my name, and then I have an account, and then I'm gonna sign up. So I'm gonna post a job, sorry. So here is posting a job. Look at how much information they ask for from you. I think this is quite a bit. Now before I go in there, let me show you, they do have these templates, so they can actually actually let's say I need a Flash design. So need a Flash designer. So need a Flash designer with lots of experience. Okay. so check this out. They already giving me templates, so that's kind of cool. They're minimizing the effort this way. So good job for Elance here. But then let's keep going down, and let's just kind of see how ridiculous, in my opinion, is the amount of information they ask from you. So then they want a category. Okay. Then I scroll down, and now they want a subcategory too. So at this point, is if I'm a new client, I've never used Elance, I'm pretty much lost. Now, there's a good reason they're doing that. In product management, you always have to have a trade-off from the quality of data and how much effort you want from the customer. So if the job has more data, it actually improves the user experience for the freelancer, for the other side of the market. So that's always kind of a thin line you have to walk as a product manager. But still, I think they can do better here. So I need a Flash designer. Says Flash designer right here. Okay, they can pre-populate this box. I mean, I've said designer twice in my description. They can pre-populate this box with design. Okay, then subcategory, I think this is just way too much. I mean, look at all these categories. Graphic design, illustration, logos. As a client, I mean, there's just no way I'm gonna go through this and think about it and see which one it matches. Not to mention that you'll probably match more than one subcategory. So I think, forcing the user to choose something here, they're doing it to improve the data, but I think in fact that actually it hurts the data, because I'm just gonna choose something just so the job goes through. Okay, and then they ask for skills. So now I think it's getting a little ridiculous. Why do you need all those three different things? I think skills, category, or subcategory, one or two of those are enough. I mean, I think the skills is good. Freelancers probably search by skills. A freelancer has a certain type of skill, so that's good. But if I have skills, Flash, Adobe Flash, CS5, maybe CSS. Again, I think if you put the skills in, you should be able to figure out the category. And then the work arrangement, they've set it to optional, so I think that's good. Kind of make it simple again for the user. And then look at, they have all these advanced options here. So this is good. This is example of collapsed content. So you want to give the advanced stuff, hide it from the interface, make simple for the 80% use case, and give the 20% use case the ability to go after these advanced features. So yeah, I think very complex form. Definitely it can be simplified, and I think that's again an example where you want to give the user bite-sized chunks of efforts. I would make it really simple, and then when they press next and they keep going, then you can kind of tell the user, hey user, thanks for going this far. You didn't put a title, for example. You may want to put a title because that'll get you better freelancers. So at that point, the user's already committed. He's thinking, I already spent 5 minutes creating this post. Let me take the other 30 seconds and create a title. That's a lot better than just showing all this to the users and scaring them off right off the start. Okay, just one last example here. This is Odeks, which is a competitor to Elance. So look at their form, kind of similar, but then watch this. As I type in my description, I need a good Flash design expert. Then I go to skills. Scroll down a little. So notice they've already have Adobe Flash skills there, and they have some, I guess, kind of relevant skills to Adobe Flash. So this is a good way to minimize the effort. So they're making it easier here on the user. I'll make it even easier and have a add all button, or maybe have these suggestions that let the user delete them.